Good morning, everybody. How is everybody? How is Monday morning from where we are catching you from? We are grateful and it's always a joy for me, Wawera, coming to you every Monday morning. For the last this is the third Monday, just to talk about testimony. You know, it's testimony time. I asked, how about starting a week with a testimony? At times, maybe I don't know how your weekend was, maybe what you feel. At times on Monday, we're always saying, I want to start my week different. I want to do things differently. And so how about just hearing what God can do, how God is able to transform? And I love the song that says, God loves people more than anything. And more than anything, he wants them to know he would rather die than let them go. So God loves people more than anything. So I'm your host, Wawera, and I'm excited. I love the Lord so much. And today I have a guest all the way from the UK. You know, they are about an hour behind us. So it's about 5 o'clock at their place. Actually 2 hours, not 1 hour. So I really want to appreciate my guest for even agreeing to be up this early. So yeah, without much ado, let me welcome my guest to introduce herself. Tell us just a little bit about herself, maybe. Yeah, karibu.
Asante. Hello, everyone. My name is Zeepee Mugo Zipporah. I am a born-again Christian. I love the Lord as my personal savior. Thank you, Pauline, for having me today. I know it's a bit too early, but it's all for the glory of God. So,
Amen.
Karibuni, let's
Amen.
share this testimony and help someone.
Exactly. Like I always say that God would do anything, even if it was for one person, God would die. And so these testimonies that we bring you every Monday morning, it may be just for one person, but I always say, even if for one person, I would still wake up and do this. Yeah, so Zipporah, tell us, how was growing up for you? How was your family? What kind of a family did you grow up with? Your siblings? Tell us your background.
Well, I am raised in a family of 6, being the firstborn. So that's 5 girls, 1 boy. I was born in a place, in a western place called Busia. So, but there are people, when you say Busia, think Kikuyu, Luya. I am a Kikuyu. So I was raised in a Christian family, a very good background of Christianity. And yeah, so by the age of 11, we moved to UK. So we came to UK to join my dad, who came before us. So I got to UK when I was 11 years old. So it's quite a long time, from 11 years to now. So UK has been my home since.
Wow, wow.
So that's where I've been. So I schooled here. When I came 11 years, when I was 11 years, came with my siblings and my mom. So I joined school. So at the age of 11, when you come to United Kingdom, there's levels of school. So as I came to UK by 11 years, so I had missed some process of the school, because now they go by the age, you know. So I had to go from Kenya to come to UK school. I had to go to a higher tier, you know, to a higher level, what I was not used to. So it was a bit of a challenging to get used to bond and with everything that's going on, the lifestyle, the school, the kids, the teachers, the English, so everything became a bit of a challenge, because now you're fresh. The way we do things in Kenya, that's not how we do things in UK, so that's my school background. So at the age of 11, I did year 11. They start year 10. No, I came year 9, year 10, year 11. I did my GCSEs. That's my A levels. So I finished my GCSEs. Then I joined college. Then from college, I did my course, and then I joined my uni, but luckily I did not finish the uni. So
Okay.
it's part of life.
It's
It's part
part
of
of
life,
life,
but
and I know you.
that's, pardon?
Yes. Sorry, you said it's part of life, and you'll be taking us through that life.
I'll be taking you guys through that life slowly by slowly and what happened and why I did not go.
Okay. So Zipporah, what did you aspire to be when you grew up?
So when I grew up, you know, when you grow up, this is when you start like from back home. You know, when the kids are in school and everything, and they ask you, what do you want to become when you grow up? What do you want to do in life? And then I used to have a heart of a nurse, you know, just being a nurse, getting into that health industry, which I did actually get myself to now. That's the course and everything. When we get to that, we'll talk about it more. But I really wanted to be a nurse. That's something that I really wanted to do, because to care for people, having a caring heart, you know, helping people, looking after people. Yeah, that's what inspired me, really.
That was
Yeah.
inspired you. Wonderful. So this time now you're starting uni. By that time now, of course, you're quite older. You're not young anymore. How was your
Yeah.
relationship with God like? How was your relationship with God like?
All right, my relationship with God, because I was born in a Christianity family. The background was very strict. Where I come from, we were very strict in a Christianity background. So there's things that we couldn't do. There's things I couldn't do. So we were brought up with that strict manner. So God had to be our first point. So we knew God that time. Yeah, even at our young age. Growing up as young kids, going to church, Sunday schools. So we had a very good background of church, of God. Yeah. So when it came to this country, it still went on. The fear of God still went on, and until now it reached a point whereby now we start growing. Like you said, you start getting mature, and you want to try things, and you know, and be a teenager. Yeah, so you're moving from a childhood to a teenager person. So that's when things start to be a bit shaky. But my relationship with God at the beginning was very good. I knew
Was
God.
very
I knew
good
who God
because
was, and I had the fear of the Lord in me. So I could, yeah, I knew who God was. I knew him
knew who
very
God
well.
was.
Yes.
Because he was talked about in the family, that you are a Christian family.
Yes.
All right. So now then walk us now through. So you passed teenage, you're now in uni. Tell us, walk us now through your
My journey.
before Christ. You're actually getting into it now. Yes.
All right now. So now when I started getting into, it was college, because high school, that's a bit, I was still a bit young. So it's when I got to college. Now you see, now you're growing up. When coming from the high school now to college, the levels are changing. Yeah. The company, the friends, the things are changing now. You're becoming a big girl. You know, you're in that stage of puberty. Things are happening now. And but that time I was still going to church, because I was a praise and worship leader by then. So I still used to attend church every Sunday, or every other day they have conferences. So I used to attend church, because dad and mom, they had a church that started. So it was, the fear of the Lord was still in me that time. So church was a must. Yeah. So I had to attend church, and I had to take a responsibility in that church, and that was to lead praise and worship. But now you're leading praise and worship, and yet you're still growing. You're still getting to meet new friends, you know, you're still getting to go places, different places. Now you want to find yourself a boyfriend, you know, so you're growing. Things are changing now. So from college, I made new friends, even from church. And I was still playing cool. I would say so, because now the friends now, because when you're making friends, you don't just get to meet the friends just the same as you are. Yeah, the friends comes with different minds, different behaviors. So I was mixed up. I found myself that I was mixed up with different friends who was doing things. So
Yes.
that's when the life started. Now clubbing, partying, you know, they want to go out every other weekend, you know. So I wasn't doing that because I was in church. So I had this mindset whereby if you go to church or if you're committed to church, there's things you cannot do. And clubbing was one of them. I felt like it was like it was not allowed. It's like you're sinning, you're making a very big mistake. So I used to tell them, no, I cannot come with you guys. You guys just go ahead and you do whatever you want to do. But they'll come and tell me, Zeepee, why don't you just try it? It's not that bad the way you think is bad, you know? Just come. If you like it, you continue. If you don't like it, we don't have to force you. You know, that's how they come with a nice, sweet voice. You know, when the enemy wants to try you, the enemy whisper to you with a nice voice. So I still didn't go ahead with what they said. So they still went on and partying. So I became like, I'm isolating myself. I'm still young and I'm thinking like, what am I doing? Why am I not exposing myself like the way these people are exposing themselves? Why am I not trying these things? You know, why am I allowing myself like to feel like, you know, I'm perfect? Well, I'm still young. So all these things started coming to my head, you know, they might be right. I'm still young. Why God will understand. I'm trying new life. I'm trying new lifestyle. So it's okay. Even if I go and party and still go to church that Sunday, that's fine. As long as I make it to church, I'm okay. So I joined them. So I start following them slowly by slowly, you know, slowly by slowly. And this time around, I'm still going to church. So I'll be still hiding. Yeah, and I'm living with my parents at that time. So you can imagine the challenges. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah. So I started joining the gang, like the friends. So every other weekend on Saturday, we sneak out. You know, you go out to the clubs and you sneak back in thinking that your parents don't know what you're doing. And you'll be walking slowly, you're sneaking. Now we used to hide the keys somewhere. So you hide them and then you come back.
You can come
and the
out.
snake now, yeah, you come back and you sneak it in slowly, you know, just to make sure that you think your mom, your parents are not hearing what you're doing, just to, you know, to come in. Because where can you go? You're still young, you can't go anywhere. You have to come back home, you know. So Sunday, I still have to go to church and do praise and worship. So I still have to go to church and do with my hangover.
With your hangover.
With my hangover.
So
yes.
have your parents known by now, or you're very clever?
No, I used to be very good at hiding. I don't know that time, or maybe they knew, but they just, you know, but I assumed that they didn't know anything because at that time they never confronted me. So I knew maybe they don't know anything, you know, because bado sijashikwa. So I used to be like, you know, I'm a little sniper. I can go ahead and do whatever it is and come back. Yeah. So on Sunday, I still have to go to church. So wake up in the morning with a hangover, that's the hangover, so that I can be able to go to church properly because I'm going to lead praise and worship. Yes. So we have to. So we had to learn this new trick of drinking black coffee. You know, because when you drink black coffee, they tell you that your mouth will still smell like coffee. First thing, you won't smell like alcohol. You know, so you have to. You know, you have to drink that like before you go to church. Some people won't notice when you speak or when you're talking to them. People won't notice the smell of alcohol. So I was still smoking. I was still
feeling. What was going on in your mind? Were you still like you really managed to do church when it's church? It's like you had two lives. Were you
had two lives. I had to manage two lives. I had to manage two lives because now I am trying to I'm trying to please me, and I'm trying to please God at the same time. You know, so I had to do me, and I had to do for God as well, because I felt like God, that was a responsibility that I had, that I had to make sure I do it. But again, I wasn't just doing because of God, I was doing because of the pressure maybe from the parents as well, you know, because now this is something that I knew. Sunday is a church that you must go to church every Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was into our minds. It was a habit, like a Sunday, that's a church thing, you know, so you have to go to church. Whatever it is, you have to go to church. So that's how it started that way. So I was still, that time I was still young. So yeah, so I continued. It went on, it went on, it went on. So it went on for some time, doing the same pattern. Yeah.
Yes.
We're still going the same pattern. And then now I decided, now my mom's church now is becoming a bit too boring for me. Because now sasa wako hapo sana, so itabidi nisonge. I need to move. I need to go and join others, because my friends used to go to different churches as well. So I need to go and join them there, because the church was bigger. The church was bigger. There was a lot of young people there. So I had to go to where now things were happening. So I leave my mom's church. And I think that's the beginning of where I started going wrong. Yeah, I lost my track. So I joined the other side. So we started. Now it became too much. So we used to go Saturday. We used to do only a Saturday every week. So now we started a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday. So
this time it's just alcohol alone, or had you
this
started
time first of all it's just alcohol. This time was just alcohol for me. That time was just still alcohol. I was not exposed to other things yet, so it was just alcohol that time. And so that's how we started. So we added days, we added weekends. So it's from one we went on. we added more days. So because now the fun is becoming too much for us. One day is not enough. Yeah, one day is not enough. We've got to enjoy more. And we're still going to church there. And me going to church there, I was still helping them with the praise and worship. You understand?
Yeah.
So my responsibility of praise and worship did not stop. I still had to go and do it, because I was God had really blessed me with that gift. Yeah. And so I used to love doing it, but at the same time, me love doing it, I used to want to explore more. So I felt like these people who understand I'm young, I need to do things. Yeah, but that's not how God works. That's not how the kingdom of God works. You understand? But for me, I feel like I'm still young. I need to explore myself. So you adults, you need to understand. You've lived your life. Let me live my own. So that's how it was. So I was still leading praise and worship there. But now you see, now the crowd there is bigger. My friends, we are more there now. Yeah. So we have more plans. We have more plans for the whole weekend. So after when I joined there, then I decided now, because I started working. Okay, so when I left college, I had to go to uni. Yeah. And then I went into uni for a year. I dropped out. So when I dropped out, then when I started looking for work, because I had to survive. Yeah. I had to survive. So I had to look for work. So now when I looked for work, when I started working now, I got myself a place. So now I decided I've moved church. I'm away from I'm away from mom's church. Now I need to move away from my house. So I need to come out. I need to lose track of them completely, because I don't want anything to stop me. I don't want mom to be, to be watching my movements. I don't want mom to be telling me this. So I completely want to be a free bird. So I need to get my own place and move and do my own. So I decided I got myself a place. So even became now worse. Yeah, because now I'm a free person. I can do whatever I want to do. Nobody's stopping me. Nobody's watching me. And in this country, once you get that freedom, then you have invited the devil himself. You have invited the devil himself in. Yes, because now you have your own money. You're still getting the money from the government because you're still under 18. Yeah, so there's still some money that you're still getting from the government. They're still supporting you, so you cannot go without money. Even if you go without money, your friends do have money. So money was not a problem at that time. You're still hustling. Yeah, you still have to pay your own house. So I had to get that place. But for me, getting that place, it was not for me just to get a place for me and be happy in that place. It was for me to get away from mom, for me to do my own stuff.
Yes.
I didn't want to be questioned.
You didn't want to be questioned.
And I didn't
So
want
now,
to do
by
hide
this
and
time,
seek.
you have continued. You've gotten into. By this time, have you got into any relationships?
Yeah, by that time I was in a relationship with someone that went on for a very long time. So but we won't go into deep so much about that. But yeah, I was with someone at that particular time. So but the relationship, it was good at the beginning, but it became a bit challenging in between, because it was a long distance. It was a long distance relationship. So yeah, so he was not around here, alikuwa home. So me, I was here. So me, I was hustling. Yeah, me nilikuwa na hustle. But and then traveled and then
the
traveled.
habits were the same. Were your habits the same?
They were the same. The habits were still the same. The person I was dating as well that time, it was still the same behavior. So we was not helping each other. I had friends with the same habits. I have a partner who had the same habit. Me, myself personally, I'm in the same box. So there's no way we're going to help each other, all three of us. Because bad decisions, you're going to make bad decisions, because instead of your friends maybe helping you make the right, correct decisions, you can't, because you're under alcohol influence, first of all. You're still young, you're still thinking alike. So there's no way we're going to help each other even think ahead. So we're just living for now. That's how our lifestyle was. We were not thinking about the future. No. We was just living for now. That was our lifestyle. So hakuna mtu, hakuna mtu angesaidia mtu mwingine to think. No way. No.
So no how far did you graduate into that habit of partying, drinking? Did you start drinking other things?
So it went, I did. So now, because now from alcohol now, when you start going to clubs and when you start drinking alcohol, you get to meet another kind of people again. So it's like stages. Yeah. So you started with few people, it progress. So the more you're getting yourself into, the more you're getting to meet new other people with different different minds. So I got myself into smoking, because now you meet those friends and then they introduce you, they say, oh, come on. Smoking became a habit, because now I got myself, now my relationship did not work. So I was a bit depressed. I wouldn't say depressed, but a little tiny depression started coming. So things did not go well the way I wanted them to go. And now smoking, because alcohol now was into me so much. So it was like it was not healing me. The alcohol was not healing me at that particular time. So I met a friend who said, try a cigarette. It helps you calm your nerves down. So I tried a cigarette. I coughed myself out very much. I decided now cigarette was not working. So he goes ahead and said, try a weed. Yeah, weed will make you calm. You'll be very, very, very calm. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
So weed, yes. Continue.
Yeah. So weed. So try some bangi. Bangi makes you calm down. You know, it just makes you mellow. You feel like everything is fine, which is true. At that particular time, you feel like everything is okay. Because when I tried it, I felt like I was very happy. Now the effect of bangi came in now. Yeah. And I felt like, hey, seriously, then this as a medicine is a healer because I'm not feeling the way I was supposed. I was not feeling. I was feeling before.
Yes.
So I've actually found a cure. You know, I've actually found something that is going to be calming me down. So now from alcohol, we joined cigarettes and we joined the weed. So those three things had to go along every weekend.
That was the lifestyle. And this time, are you still working, Zeepee?
Trust me, I am still working, but how many days am I going to work, or how many hours am I going to work? Because now we became party riders, very bad party riders, whereby at a job I was not attending most of the time, so I had to make excuses to come to leave work. Yes, I had to make a lot of excuses to leave work. So when we find out you're supposed to be working 5 days a week, maybe I was going in for a day, the whole week. And I have to pay my rent. So now I found myself, I can't even manage to pay my own rent.
Yes.
Because all the money that I'm getting, the money is not enough, first of all, because it's not going to fit me to pay for my rent. Yeah. The one even I'm going to be getting from the government now, because that's in a rich, because when you start getting money from the government, you have to be going and sign. Like we call them like seekers, job seekers, yeah. So you have to be going there and show them that you're doing something, so the money can be put into your account. I didn't have that time to be going there.
Yeah.
So nothing was coming in. So that was shut.
So you had nothing,
so I was depending,
no money.
So I was depending with this 1 day or 2 days I'm going to work, but it's not enough because I need to pay the room that I was living in. I need to dress, I need to eat, and I need to go out. But my main concern was not all of even eating or paying the rent. My main concern was buying clothes so that I can go out.
Or because you have to look nice.
You have to look nice every weekend. Oh yes. You have to change your hair. You have to change your clothes. You can't go with the same clothes that you wore this week, and they will see you the next. No. So that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It has to be different outfits. So you find yourself now. You used to share with clothes with your friends, so able to exchange. You know, because sometimes now there's not enough money able to exchange. So even reach a point.
That time you're not thinking of, because you've no money, you're surviving. You've not thought of going back home. Going home was a no-no.
Going home, it became now once in a while when I really wanted something. But guess what? It used to be money for those cigarettes.
Yes, you wanted to get money for more. So now that's become your lifestyle. At this time, this time you're about, are you already 20, how long?
In my 20s now, because now I moved. Now, when I started, I was under under 20s. I was still a teen. Yeah, under 20. Yeah. So when I started, it went on, because that's what this country does. This country, if you're not very careful, you find yourself that your situation whereby you are in, you're very comfortable in it. So if you're not very smart, or with the help of God, you'll find yourself doing the same thing day after day and year after year. So you have to be very, very careful. Your company, matters. Where you go matters. Yeah, because people can become so idle. When you become so idle, you find yourself doing these things so much. And most of the young people in this country, that's what happens.
Because of being idle. So
Because of being idle.
So you
Yeah.
pushed until what
Up,
time would you say you continued with that habit of partying or you said you made so many wrong decisions as well?
yes, I did make a lot of wrong decisions because I was not thinking straight. All the things I wanted to do, my lifestyle became a party lifestyle. So anything you want to tell me after that, we are not good. We're not good friends. Yeah. So if you want to be my friend, you have to be able to do what I do.
Yes.
If you want to date me, you have to do what I do. So you find that even those people that even those guys that wants to date you, they will just come and use you and go because the lifestyle you're living, they can't manage it. Yeah, they can't manage that lifestyle because if he has to date you, then he has to be willing to be giving you money to be going and spending. Yeah, if he's dating you, that means maybe he must be a drinker. He needs to learn how to drink because he needs to fit in your lifestyle. So some people, you just find out that they'll just come in, use you because they can't afford your lifestyle, or they leave and go. So they
Yeah,
just
they
use you,
live
dump
and
you and go.
go.
Yeah,
What were
because they
your
can't
low
stand, they can't.
days like? What were your low days like? Of course, there were those high days. You are, you are high on weed, high on alcohol, smoking. But what was how are your lonely days like?
My lonely, even doing all of these things, I still had the fear of God in me. I had those moments. Whereby they're called alone moments. So whereby I'll feel like I don't want to see anyone. I'll feel like today I just don't want to do any of those. It's just my time. And sometimes I'll find myself, that's when I'll look for mom. I just want to go to mom's place. Even if it's after months, I just want to go there, maybe just eat good food, just relax away from everything. Oh, my room where I am, shut it, cry. And I'll cry and I'll cry and I'll be asking God, why is this happening? What is going on? Yeah, where are you? Like, what happened? Those were my low moments. I wouldn't eat sometimes. I don't feel like doing anything. I just want to shut myself in and just cry. So that's when, like, my mind, because even though I was doing these things and everything, but still when I have my moment, I'm thinking, like, really, is this the kind of lifestyle I really want to live, like, for the rest of my life? Because I'm thinking I'm not gaining anything. I'm losing so much. I'm not making, the money I'm making is not even enough. Look how I'm wasting it. Yeah, the relationships I'm getting myself into, they're not working. They're not worth it. Yeah. Now, is this the kind of lifestyle I'm going to? Even people that looked up for you, now they can't. They're seeing you as a mistake. They're seeing that, it's like because when I was doing these things, I was not hiding. Even
So
those people that
everybody knew
knew
this is
me,
Zeepee's lifestyle.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody knew me, like my lifestyle. So they'll be like, Zeepee, Zeepee. So my CV was messed up. So my name was dragged down. The respect that I had, I lost it. Even people maybe had just respected me because of my parents, and I felt like, am I really letting my parents down as well? Yeah. Am I letting everybody down? So that was my low moments. So asking myself questions.
But
Yeah.
you'd still
And
find yourself going back.
I was still, because why? Because the company, you get phone calls, Zeepee, where are you? Say, Sasa sasa uko low moments zako, you're stressed. I'm at home. Doing what at home? I said, I don't feel like just doing anything today. Say, oh, come on, man. Let's go out for lunch or something. That's how it
But then,
starts. So if you can, like, what's
wow.
those, why am I in the house now stressing myself like this? Let me just stress and go.
And then
And
you'd
then
go and get some weed and feel a bit better. Like you said, you found it was medicine. All right.
and everything feels normal again.
And everything feels normal again. You go back. So at what point, Zeepee, did you feel I need to make an about turn in my life? At what point?
That's like I said now, my low moments. When I used to have my low moments, now I am getting into my late 20s. Yeah. Some of my friends, they started like, now I feel like we started drifting because some of them, they end having relationship that now they start lasting a bit longer. So it's like me, I'm being left in the journey. Now it's like people are departing slowly by slowly. Because now it reached a point whereby now when people start moving, it was just me. Sometimes I wouldn't need those company because I felt like they're drifting, so I can have my own company. But now one day it hit me and it was like, really, you're really growing old. You're getting old now. You're getting into your 20s. You're late 20. How long are you going to live doing the same thing over and over again? So I started asking myself deep questions. Now I start going in. I said, you used to be a very good girl. You used to be in church. You used to have the fear of the Lord. Now you don't even think about that God, because you don't even pray to him, because even prayers were hard for me to say sometimes. I wouldn't, because I'm out of church. I'm out of church. And I was disappointed because I was stopped from going to church, because even when I was trying to, the church I went to, I was trying to get myself, like still doing the same thing, blah, blah. I was stopped.
Who
So
stopped you? Who stopped you?
there was a pastor that stopped me because of the lifestyle I was living. So because now he was trying to protect his own ministry, because now me, I used to go and do my own stuff and still come back to church and try and lead praise and worship. So some people, they were not really happy with that, wanted him.
So the pastor was told this girl lives this kind of how
Yeah,
did
and
you
still,
feel?
why
How
do you
did
allow
you
her to come to your?
feel?
Why do you allow her to come and still play with your, your the altar like that? Why do you allow that? So
How
him,
did
I don't blame
you
him. I don't
feel?
blame him for doing that, because he called me and he told me this and this and this and this and this. But I believed maybe he could have used a different way to correct me, or maybe to nurture me, instead of just saying, was it, this is it. I'm sorry, you cannot be doing this. So when he told me that, I think I felt shattered out.
So
So the
you're
fear
coming
even,
to church, you're doing all that. Yes, you felt the pastor was
yeah,
justified, but you felt like the church you had been pushed out.
I've been neglected. So I just felt like, what? So I was like, is this the church all about? Is this what the gospel is all about? And yet these pastors, they'll be saying before, oh, they used to drink, when they were giving their testimonies, they used to say they used to drink, they used to be in those kind of lifestyle. So I'm thinking, what's so different with mine? What happened? So what happened to the love and everything? So I felt shattered, I felt thrown away, So just go and do. That's when my relationship with God completely disappeared. Even the little tiny bit I had. So God was not, for a while, for a very long time, God was not was not my friend. I would say so. Yeah, because
Yes,
I felt like, hey God, is this what really happens in your kingdom? This is not
yes.
what I know, so if I can be rejected like this and be thrown out, then what's the point of me thinking about you? So let me just do my own thing. When I'm ready, then me and you can have a talk.
So
But
for
as for now,
that time, you are looking for somewhere you could get some assurance or some love, you are
yes.
trying to, by that time, were you trying to come back?
By that time now, no, that was now before. Now that was before, now when it became worse. When I went out and did everything. So when I wanted now to start changing, I knew now I can't go back to that church. I can't go and start looking for another church. And then I remembered where I started. Now I started like now coming back, slowly into my senses. So where did I go wrong exactly? How did I fall out? So I started going back to mom's church. This is slowly by slowly. Maybe one Sunday in a month, I go. So I started moving in slowly by slowly. But I had enough of it because I was not gaining anything from this clubbing. I was not gaining anything from this drinking, smoking. Because as a woman as well, your health matters. Because sometimes because of smoking, your chest, you feel like, it's too much. You're overdoing it. You have lost respect. Yeah. Your name is dragged down. So there was a lot of things that went on wrong. And I had to, and I had to say to myself and say, listen, I have to make an amendment somewhere. I need to go back to my senses. But for me now, when I started going back to church slowly by slowly, one Sunday I go, even if it's in a month or 2 months, I started going slowly. I didn't get myself back into praise and worship. No. So I just became like a normal member. Just go.
Yes.
I started becoming closer to the families now. Yeah, I started like Muslim, start spending a lot of time with mom or my parents, siblings. So I started coming back slowly by slowly. And then now I realized, I need someone. Now this journey, if it's to say I have to do it myself, I can't do it. I will still find myself going back there.
Yes.
Yeah, so I need to find myself. I need God to help me find someone. Not only someone who will understand me, someone who will understand that I had a past, and someone who is a God-fearing, and someone who is going to accept me for who I am and help me.
So you've come back to God, and now you're back. You're not leading worship. You want to grow. You're like, God, I need somebody to walk with me in growing now.
That's it. So that's why now it started becoming a bit of interesting and a bit of challenging at the same time. Because now I started pulling myself out of crowds slowly by slowly. So my circle became a bit smaller. Yeah. So I started doing things properly, slowly by slowly. I found myself a good job. I started becoming serious with life. I said, now this is it. And I made a deal with God and I said, God, please, 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 please. If you really, really care about me the way you say, and if you're really up there, and the relationship and the way I know you, you can do wonders and whatever, please just do that for me. If you do that for me, then me and you forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to ask him because I felt like I can't do this by myself.
Yes.
I can't. And I don't want to fall back in that temptation again.
And by a friend, you didn't mean a friend, another girlfriend. Did you mean a man friend? Did you mean now I would want to have a friend who is serious? Or what kind of friend were you looking for?
I'm looking now, I was not even looking for friendship now. I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for someone to marry me. I want to settle down.
Wow. So it was
Yes.
a total shift. You've changed your life. You want to
yes.
actually even get into marriage and want somebody who knows you as well, who will accept even your past.
Yes. Somebody who I will explain my past to. So in case they come and tell him, it wouldn't deny me as well. He wouldn't be like that person that who shuttered me out. No. I want somebody that, yes, we understand Zeepee had a past. Zeepee made mistakes. Zeepee had bad relationships. Zeepee did this and Zeepee did that. But yet Zeepee is trying to make a progress and change. Yeah, and Zeepee needs a helping hand to do that. So that started ringing in my head. That's the kind of person I'm looking for. That's the person now
Mm.
I'm looking for.
So
And by
how
doing
did
that, I
God
start making
answer
amends.
that? Mm-hmm.
So God answered that because what happened is before I met hubby, um, I met it was just through it's just through, I would say it was through like my cousin. So because hubby, my cousin did call me one day and he was like, hey, listen, somebody's been looking at your pictures and it's really bothering me. You know, it's really like, can I give him his number? Can I give him your number?
Mm.
I said, first of all, Ninani, what does
Mm.
he do? You know, because now I'm becoming more of now, I want to know exactly who I'm going to be dealing with before I get, you know, before I even start
Yeah.
that conversation with that person. I said,
Mm.
no, he's a pastor. Eh? That is a what?
Wow, you couldn't believe it.
I
Wow.
said, he's a pastor. I said, okay, give him my number. Yeah.
At that time, you
You know,
have already prayed that prayer. You had already
I
prayed
am
that
still
prayer.
making my prayer, but remember, I'm still, even though I'm trying to make a progress, I'm still struggling a bit.
You're still struggling. Yes.
Because you cannot stop just once. So I'm still
Yes.
struggling. I'm still struggling a bit, but
Hmm.
I'm making a progress. Yeah. So ikafika, we started talking, he started chatting to me, started calling me. But again, I cut him off. I disappear. The fear, them things started coming back in my head again. Hey, come on. Am I still going to get myself again into this? You know, now the fears of the relationships come back again. The voice keeps on coming back to me. I say,
Hmm.
yes, I understand he's a man of God, but am I really, am I gonna end up, you know, in the same, being disappointed or heartbroken?
Mm-hmm.
And then I disappear again. Yeah. And I'll
Yes.
go even maybe before my husband married me, he looked for me for about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
3 years of cutting him off.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But
3 years of him.
this time you are still working out your salvation. I mean,
I'm still working on my salvation. I'm
yeah.
still getting myself slowly. And not a lot of
Mm.
people noticed. Not a
Mm.
lot of people knew that I was getting myself back into my normal track. I mean,
Mm.
the way God worked on me, I would say, is like, it was a progress, a very slow progress, whereby only me or my family would understand, or maybe the closest friends, that were people that were around me, that would
Mm.
understand. But those that knew me, like, they didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
So it was just
Wow.
like a slow,
Okay.
it was like a slow progress, very
Mm.
slow progress. But within that slow progress, my hubby is still looking for me. I'm still cutting him off. For 3 years, for 3 good
Mm.
years, I will come up with excuses. 1 month, 2 months, I'll be so good. The communication will be so good.
Mm.
And then again, boom, I've
Mm-hmm.
disappeared. My cousin will be like, come on, I've changed my numbers. You can't find me again. I can't find me on those social medias. My cousins call me again and say, what happened? This guy is still looking for you. I said, please don't give him my number. They're
Mm.
like, why?
You are
Mm,
still trying to find yourself. So eventually, Zippy, time
mm,
goes really fast. I really would
I
want to give
know.
to somebody who is listening. But eventually, so you got married. You
Eventually,
got
I
married
got
to the
married.
pastor.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did get married to a pastor, and
How was that?
I had a church wedding. It was good. It was really good, but the weddings came with its own challenges, because
Mm-hmm.
now people still were fighting with my old self. They were still fighting with my past. You know, there were still some people they never accepted that I changed. You know,
Mm. So they're
so
still thinking the pastor is marrying a party girl.
that's it. And they'll
Mm-hmm.
be saying, why you marrying this kind of person? You know, the
Such a
lifestyle.
past.
Yeah. So, like I said, I had to explain to my husband some few things that I did. So he had a clue exactly So he wouldn't be surprised when all of these things come up.
Mm. Wow, I like what you're saying, because I think a young person is listening and has a past. And what I like is that it's important to share your past with
It
somebody,
is.
even as they make a decision, they
It
make
is.
it. That's amazing, Zipporah. So from, I mean, all that you went through to finding yourself, to getting back to God, working out your salvation, there's something you have said, which my last Monday's guest also said about,
Mm.
even when they gave their lives to Christ, they still struggled. So I think what I'm picking from
Struggle
you
is
as
there.
well, and somebody needs
Mm.
to, is listening, needs to hear that, is that when you give your life to Christ, it's not that you may continue struggling, but the most
Yes,
important thing is that you have committed, because it's a habit,
that's it's a
because it
habit.
was
Yeah.
a habit. And so it may take, there are those it will instantly go, but the most important thing is you've committed, God, I want to come back. Because I want to
Yes.
imagine you're 3 years, you are still struggling. Is it this? Does God really want me to get married to a
Mm.
pastor with all my
Mm.
past? I can imagine
Mm.
what was going on. So how has
Mm.
life been after now? You completely got, I mean, even got now married. How is it like? How is life in Christ,
Oh,
Zipporah?
life is great. I would
Mm,
say it is great, and I don't regret what I went through in life before that,
mm,
because I know some things maybe happen, so you may learn and prepare yourself, maybe to help someone who, someone who's going through what you went through. Yeah, and
wow.
sometimes I believe that God prepares you for that. Yeah, because
Mm,
now that's where our ministry is, me and hubby at the moment, is young people. Yeah,
mm,
young people, young couples, and uh, you know our hearts goes to them, because first of all, we understand. I understand completely. If a lady comes to me and tell me this, I understand where she's coming from, or
mm,
I will completely understand where they're coming from, and I wouldn't have that judging heart and say, oh, Lazima, you must change. No, 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 no. Sometimes it's a process. So I thank God that I am in that level now. He gave me a good man, whereby at least now we are working for the Lord. Things are happening now.
wow.
I'm at peace. Yeah, I'm able to concentrate to do God's work more. I went back to my praise and worship. Yeah, and it's going well now. God is connecting me to other young ladies that we're working together with, a young men. So
Wow.
everything is just, I thank God, everything is going well. Very,
Mm,
very, and there's joy in the salvation of God. There is happiness. There's everything that you want to find, you'll find it in salvation of God. God, there's everything there.
wow.
Everything you want is there.
Everything you want is there.
It's
Wonderful.
there.
So talk to that. Well, I like what you said. Everything is there. So I'm sure somebody is listening and maybe is going through all that and having the emptiness. And I like that you have said everything is there. And there's something you said when you gave me your narration, that every day gets better.
It gets
How?
better.
Mm-hmm.
Everything every day gets better in Christ, because now when you stay focused with God, when you stay with the salvation of God, everything becomes great. It says, behold, and the old has gone and the new has come. So
Mm,
the old of you has gone and the new has come. So the new comes with different benefits in life. So you start enjoying the goodness of the Lord. So if you're watching me and you feel like, I'm not accepted, or I feel like you're in a mess, or you've messed up so much, do not worry. All you
mm,
just need to do is get yourself back in track, find yourself, like, and know where did you go wrong. Don't
mm,
stay in that lifestyle, or especially these young people, and become too comfortable there. Yes, it's good to do it, but don't become too comfortable. Yeah,
mm,
because what the devil does is it makes things look so good, and it makes you feel like, this is life, so you're not doing anything wrong. And years come and go, and you still find yourself doing the same thing. So don't make the mistake I did, that I became so comfortable in that situation, and years went.
mm.
So if you feel like you've gone wrong and you feel like you want to come back on track, try it. It's a process. It won't happen within a day, but the steps you make, the baby steps you make, and with the help of God, ask God to come in and help you. Trust me, you'll get there.
Wow.
You
Wow.
will achieve it.
Amazing.
That
Amazing.
husband will come, that joy will come, that happiness will come, everything will come, and you'll be amazed. This is what I was missing. So it's,
Wow. Thank you very
yeah,
much, Zipporah. It is just amazing to see that whoever the Lord sets free is free
it's
indeed.
free indeed.
I like how you're doing it. And we need to, when I woke up this morning, I just remembered a song we used to sing growing up, Kanyanga, Kanyanga, Kanyanga Shetani.
Shetani.
Like, because he'll be there to torment you, need to Kanyanga him and tell him you need to remain where you belong. So it's been a joy
And the
having.
devil knows that.
Hmm.
The devil knows. The devil is the word of the Lord says the devil, it comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy. So he knows. He knows if he knows the beauty of the salvation, and he knows what you hold, and he knows the things that you can do in the kingdom of God. But what he does is destroys them and steal them from you. He tries to
Wow.
steal them from you, and if you're not careful, he will steal it.
He
He
will
will
steal
steal it
it.
and kill it completely. So you have to arise
You
and
have to
fight the
arise and
battle.
know that you belong to God. Thank
You
you so
belong to
much.
God.
It was a
Yes.
joy just listening to your testimony, and may the Lord continue blessing you, growing your ministry with your husband
Amen.
for young couples. And
Amen.
it was my pleasure. I'm your host, Wawera. And because Zipporah is a worship leader, I don't know, just maybe worship with one stanza of a song. Just once, I know I didn't prepare you for this, but just once of a song
Wow,
is
wow,
a
wow,
prayer,
wow.
like a prayer. We always end with a prayer, but you are a worship leader, so we want to end with a worship song. And for all my viewers, have a lovely week. Just know that God loves you. God loves people more than anything. It was a joy having you, Zipporah. Leaders in
Thank
that
you very
again,
much.
and I'll give you the pleasure to do that.
You actually caught me there red-handed.
I know, I did.
All right then, let's do this then. Uninyunyiziaye maji wakati wa ukame, uwachi ninyauke, ona kupenda. Uninyunyiziaye maji wakati wa ukame, uwachi ninyauke, ona kupenda na kupenda na kupenda, mnyunyizi wangu, ona kupenda.
Wow, thank you so much. Let me let you go back to sleep. I know in the UK right now it's 6 o'clock.
And it's a
Yeah,
Monday, so it's going to be a
6
busy
o'clock
one. So we're
a.m.
back on the
Yeah.
road.
So
Thank
thank
you
you
very
very
much for
much.
having me, Pauline.
God
And God
bless you
bless
so
you.
much.
All right,
Bye-bye.
take
Bye,
care.
everybody.
Bye.